My very first association with the Washington Performing Arts really dates back in 2011, actually, when I first won the Young Concert Artists auditions in New York. It was WPA who actually was my very first presenter, who presented me for a solo debut recital in this country, actually. So it meant so much to me, and it's always been wonderful for me to come back to Washington, D.C., and then I've made many, many wonderful friends, know many, many audiences here since then, so it's always a pleasure to be able to come back. I've never had such a big art institution who invited me and then gave me a complete trust. Basically, I still remember the email that came through was like, oh, we want to invite you and then we want you to do whatever you want. And from that point on, and this is what is so special about WPA, and it's something that, when I think of WPA, it's always very much connected to education, and something that it's something that is very easy for me to give time to, and because I think it's very important. I was a young musician once, and then I know how important it is to be with people who might have more experienced, and I was helped by so many wonderful mentors, teachers, musicians, even colleagues that I get to play with, and then just the idea of being with them, and then to absorb, to observe what they're doing, and then to be able to exchange some ideas with them is something that's actually you cannot learn in school, and then very often those are the times when you learn the most. For me, as a musician, I think one of the most important things to keep in mind is how wonderful it is that music can bridge different cultures, and then bridge different languages, different cultural roots, different backgrounds, and what I really appreciate from the very beginning of what the mission of Washington Performing Arts is to create this kind of platform to have everyone come together from different walks of life, and then to be in this garden of music where we are all equal. So it is always important to keep in mind of that. And then music is really, really powerful. That it's probably the most direct way of touching one's heart and soul just from listening to music. So it's always a privilege for me to be able to walk on stage in different cities, and then to be able to share that with different kinds of people.